96.7 and 1310, The Tick. Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership, KDCK AM Dallas Fort Worth, KDCK FM Flower Mound.
Follow your dance without me.
The Giants, after a disappointing 9-2 loss last night, the man tasked with slowing down the Giants' assault will be Rangers righty Jordan Lyles, who'll be making his first start of the season. A late one tonight, first pitch at 8:10. While the Rangers get to play today, other teams not so lucky. Game between the Cardinals and Brewers scheduled for today has been postponed. Initial positive test among St. Louis. At least 4 more members of the Cardinals have tested positive. Commissioner Rob Manfred telling Players Association Director Tony Clark on Friday that if the sport doesn't do a better job of managing the coronavirus, it could shut down for the season. NHL starting up this weekend for the first set of games from Canada as their restart is in full swing currently. The Rangers trailing the Hurricanes.
It's another banana. Don't kill him.
2-1. Stars start back up on Monday against Vegas from Edmonton. Ticker service Press Cadillac. PressCars.com is proud to bring you the tickets to get up your tailpipe traffic every weekday morning. PressCars.com is GM Mike Rosen's Press Luxury Cars, Press Cadillac, Press Infinity, and Press Vault on PressCars.com. That is the ticker on Ryan Medellin on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The ticket.
Step onto the opposite with the great Gordo and the Musers. This Monday morning at 6:15. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Tick.
12:50 is the time. This is the Circus Roy Show. Hope you're having a great little Saturday.
Come look.
We are. Pretty good. And last night was
pretty
great in terms of
this banana shitty because I got SMG.
KP going off. Box score, you're like, boy, we lit this thing up until you switch over to the Rockets box score and realize they did too, including 49 for James Harden.
That's crazy.
Big games for many of their dudes as well. And the results wasn't as good as we hoped, man. It looked like the Mavs win as the offense was clicking on all. And then everything just kind of flipped over right toward the end. And now life is just the pits.
So Maxey hit a huge three-ball. The Mavs led by as many as 14 points in this game. And Maxey hit
I want to start it like inside circle when weeping is close.
Set Maxey.
Yes.
Will make his threes.
Yes, right in the corner.
I love it.
So with 45 seconds to go, Mavs are up 7.
I don't
quite understand what the point is of the statistic or why they do it, but the computers say that at that point the Mavs have a 99.5 chance of winning the game.
Tell me the lead in the time again.
7 points, 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, because the computer's not factoring in
James
Oh,
Harden.
the banana sent me a friend request.
15 people not playing defense.
Right. So Harden made a deep 3, and you said it when we were watching the game. It just seems like the Rockets are can make a 3 at any time from anywhere, and in bunches, and it's got to be a pain in the butt to play against them.
But we've been playing all day.
To make it
like it's 12:52.
What, it's a 4-point game?
Where I am.
There's a back and forth, whatever it was. But the point is that Curry gets to the line. Seth Curry gets to the line with 5.2 to play. If he makes them both, it's probably church. It's a 4-point game. He only makes one.
Don't use no hill because what's the whole point unless we get the fight.
Harden then gets fouled with 3.9 seconds to go. Down 3. At the line for a 1-and-1. Makes the first.
What is check that
one? Misses the second. I have watched this play.
Yeah, I want to know what you think.
Did you watch it again this morning?
No.
I've watched this play 20 times
I
this
never
morning.
knew about that chest.
The missed free throw.
It's a chest up there? I forgot. I haven't been here ever since.
Did he miss it intentionally?
Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
He said in the post game that he did not miss it intentionally. He was trying to make it.
get this shotgun.
He goes, it was the luckiest and best miss ever.
Can I get that chest? I need it.
Okay. And I gotta take him at his word, right? I mean, what's the point of saying that? Because to be honest, what I saw on tape looked like a set play and would have made the accuracy of his
get metal, I get the brick.
I wanted to give him that credit because it was so damn impressive. But Robert Covington goes under the basket and around Maxey from the right-hand side of the key. Immediately, like as soon as the shot is made, he goes around the basket to the other side.
It's a whole bunch of metal
inside. Bounced off the right rim to the left side. KP was boxing out his man, basically had his back turned.
I'm gonna start breaking this metal ring.
That amount of time, all that matters is you don't get a rebound. So his guy was blocked out. and Covington is right in the perfect spot, as if it was a Dak to Amari Cooper button hook pass. It was so perfect that he was in the right spot to get the rebound, pop it back in, and suddenly we're tied.
You know what? I'm going to rip Maxey on this.
I don't think you can.
I think you can. I'm watching it right now on the loop, too. It's like, dude, you have to feel this dude's body and body up. That's part of the box-out party.
He absolutely...
It's not like Covington invented that move. I mean, the undercut trick is something that...
He didn't undercut, though. He went around the outside.
I watched it live. I was telling you live, like, oh my God, he went right around him. So I understand what happened. You have to feel where his body is and stick your butt out there and stay on him and not give him a free run.
Yo.
No, it was terrible luck. The miss being where it was 1 in a million. Like, I get it. But I don't know. I just think that...
I think it's the same. I think it's
he
the same.
He basically Olayed it.
Well, how we got the game in overtime, and, you know, the Rockets took it from there.
3.3 seconds, and they tie this thing up.
Yeah.
Down 2 with 1 free throw. God, I'm watching that whole.
Yeah, it's brutal. So now we get to Luka, who had his 15th triple-double of the season, which is incredible. He is the Mavericks franchise leader in triple-doubles. But he was 1 for 9 from three-point land. He was a plus-minus of 0 in a game that they scored however many points they scored, which is really, really weird.
149.
Yeah. 9 missed free throws in the game is bad. But when 7 of those 9 missed free throws come from Seth and Luka, it's like, you gotta be kidding me bad. 302 points in the game.
Because Seth's like 83, 84%, right?
Yep.
He's just not great at free throws.
Yeah, I mean, his outside shooting and his free throw shooting is what's keeping him from being legitimate MVP caliber.
Oh, if you're max break?
He is all-star caliber, he's superstar in the making, but that is where the growth in this game needs to happen.
73% career free throw, which doesn't even sound bad, but God, there's just so many misses that I can remember.
I'm getting break
some of them are big.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. We've been watching this team all season. This is a very big recurring problem with this team. The Mavs in crunch time have lost so many crucial games. They've fallen to 2 and 12 in games decided by 1 possession or in overtime. They're now 14 and 12.
How did they not see that, bro?
Within 5 points either way, with 5 minutes remaining.
Look at this.
So this offense that is
how did they not see that? I just broke the house in front of their face.
The top-rated offense in the history of the sport is also an offense.
How did they not see that, bro?
Becomes the 29th
did you see that?
clutch offense in the league this season.
I broke the whole house in front of their face.
Only the Pistons are worse in clutch time efficiency, which is just crazy. The miss that Doncic had at the end of regulation makes him 0 for 10 on shots to tie or take the lead in the final minute or of the fourth or in OT this season. So we were watching the game live, and we were having the argument in real time before the collapse actually happened about slowing down and eating clock. And I was of the opinion then, I think a little bit differently this morning, but I was of the opinion then that they need to continue to keep going. It's like they're this high-powered engine, this Corvette that can go at top speed better than anybody, but can't idle.
Come on, I'm still getting break on the
way.
way. I'm almost max break
if they idle.
Actually.
And what's really awkward is that when it I went back and listened to it today, or watched it today, what's so great about this team, what makes them historically amazing offense, is their constant movement. They are just free-flowing in creating geometry problems all over the floor, starting with the KP, Luka, action at the top. But everybody's moving. But when they get into these situations late in the game, everybody goes to their spot, and Luka dribbles the ball at the top of the by half court.
And
he does that until there's 10 seconds left. And then they try to run into some sort of offensive play, but it's not what they do the entire game. And I understand you're not supposed to you're supposed to pay attention to the clock and the lead and all that stuff. But they stopped doing what has made them a superbly elite offense in crunch time, and it ends up with Luka looking bad because he's got to take a shot, he's on an island, or
if you want to,
one move pass that normally would turn into a second pass or a third pass if they're running their offense, there's a time control. And we can all see it coming, and it's...
Fried banana.
Oh God, here we go again.
Have you ate that before?
And they are consistently inept late in
Have you
games.
ate fried banana?
It's frustrating.
I do get frustrated with the
Start
look
it when
of
we
the three
get to
because especially like some people would argue that's his signature shot is the step back three, which, you know, he didn't exactly invent, and he's hit some big ones. And I also believe in Luka Magic that, like, okay, whatever you think is the right thing to do, dude, who the hell am I to be like, no, don't,
How much medal you got?
But him breaking down the defender and going to the rack is just the best thing ever.
Yes.
And he's seemingly can do it whenever he wants. And if he can't make it all the way to the rack, he's going to find somebody to kick it out to. But there's somebody else cutting, like you did with KP late in overtime. KP had a 3-point play.
But the problem is that you need
I'm
time
carrying decoys
in order
on
to
this
do
kid.
that. Like, in order
I'm
for him
finna
to
just
have
rain
more
decoys.
options in his computer, he can't be a make a move, it doesn't work, one pass, and that shot's got to go up.
I got 2 med kits. I'm gonna take these minis. I got 2 med.
He can
med
pass it
kits.
off to somebody else and then do something off the ball.
And I'm streaming.
But when you don't have that time to do it, that's not what their offense is, and it's consistently failing them in the crunch. And it's maddening. And I mean, you know that Carlisle's got to know that, and he's obviously going to defend his guys.
Gavin Launchpad.
But man, it's something that it's maddening that a team that is so good at putting ball in basket is so bad at doing the same in the last 2 minutes of a game.
Well, it's not like the guys are out there ordering off the menu. I mean, Carlisle knows what the plan is here, so I guess I don't know what we're missing or what the thought is. I kind of agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah,
but I don't know what they should do to change that. You can't just pretend you're in the second quarter right now. I mean, the game evolves.
Would you sub to my YouTube if I told you?
Yeah, I just think that they probably need to try to just kind of keep the foot on the gas. I mean, I understand. I think that there's a difference between running the regular offense, which means, speeding down court, driving to the hole, and popping out to Maxey for a 3 by burning 6 seconds off the clock. I agree that that's not the right thing to do. But there's got to be some sort of middle ground between keeping the ball out on the island, which you have not done all day long.
Nah, it's about
in the game that you scored more points in the first half than you ever have as a franchise. You know, I mean, like, clearly they've got something going on.
Yeah, it's
and
about
then
what
if
it's
you keep putting it on an island and that kills the flow, and suddenly you're in a bad shot.
Figure out what he is.
Could we maybe start with, like, losing where it gets to that point? He just, like, on the inbounds passes.
Oh, it's a difference.
A score, he just lets it roll.
Yeah, that's a bot with some good loot. He got med kit.
Or something.
But he was doing it last night throughout the
Mini.
entire second half.
He does that.
He had a blue tack if you want it. He got a blue tack.
No, he didn't do it in the last.
Hey, 2 med kits right here. Can you carry it?
Like, he's not doing it when it makes sense not to do it.
He absolutely did it in the last 5 minutes. I definitely saw him do it at least once.
Yeah, I was gonna carry it. I got him carrying 2 med.
Maybe in overtime when they're down,
and
not when they're up.
Come on, let's start it. Let's start it.
I'm with you on this. We argued about this.
Come on, build
and
it,
it's hard
edit
to
it.
know in a game like this that this is like abnormal. We don't see many games 153, 149. Granted, with overtime, but it's a monster game. It's hard to look at the scoreboard and say, all right, there's a minute and 15 seconds left. We're up 6, whatever it is, and not believe we need to slow this down, eat this whole clock, and then we'll figure out what shot we can make work at the end. But because this is so
it's only a couple kids left. Come on.
Wasting threes and most of them are going in. I don't know what the equation is on when it's a good idea to go ahead and slow things down. But I was fine with 2.5 minutes and they're up whatever 10. Slow it on down now.
To be fair, they don't give an offensive rebound tip in on a free throw and they win the game. You know, but
yeah, or if an 83% free throw shooter hits both of his.
Yeah. So I mean, to a certain extent, we're splitting hairs because of the insanity that occurred. With that being said, they do have a track record of losing their mojo late in games.
See, I agree with that.
That has to be fixed to win in the playoffs, and that's what this season is going to be about.
It's straight silent. This is the most silent game ever.
In a playoff game, learning how to finish. I mean, dude, Dirk beating the Heat in 11. That team was a killer.
What if
How many
Marauder
times were they
kind of just
behind
like
and came
shot
back
his
and
rocket
made all the shots and
they
they just
went
would
somewhere
grab you by
and
the
just
throat,
hit us?
freaking kill you. And granted,
Woo!
that's a championship team. So
I'm
this
gonna
team ain't
jump
that. But this team has to learn
Look at my banana
how to
skin.
win against average teams in crunch time. They've lost games to not good teams in crunch time.
Yeah, I agree, but you learn that by doing it.
Well, then they're not doing it. And that's that
one game, and like you just said, they're a tip in away.
No, I'm talking about all season long. They're not.
I'm still streaming.
And so
this is a new season.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's
I wonder how much Carlisle's losing his mind with this no defense thing. And Carlisle's malleable, man. He's awesome. I think he's okay with, all right, this is the style we're playing now. We're an evolving guy.
I don't like being a builder. It takes too long. Like,
dude, to be a
coach
coach that has been defensive-minded for a majority of his career, to stand on the sideline and see that, it looked like the All-Star game.
It is also an anomaly because it's the Rockets.
Oh, heck
exactly. You know, I mean, like Boban got in there and what did he do? 6 points and 5 rebounds in 4 minutes, including 3 offensive boards.
And they got the Jules drum gun and grappler and all that, bro.
He would be so taken advantage of that he can't leave him out there. So there's going to be matchups in other games with other teams that I think he's going to, they're going to play a different level of defense. I mean, they're not a great defensive team, but there's going to be more defense in other games than there was last night.
So how much does this gut?
Let me close them. Don't want no copyright. All right, for real?
I'm not saying I'm not giving up on stuff. And Memphis lost yesterday, right? So all we that game, basically one more win, and I think we solidify at least a playoff berth.
Right.
But man, that one hurt. If you had any plans of passing the Rockets, for sure.
It would have made things a lot easier. It would have made things a
my
lot
controller's broke, so it makes me go forward this long.
But I just think it's now, the odds are that they're going to hang in that 7 hole. I mean, TBD, but if that one little tip-in doesn't go in, they have a real chance of moving out. They still do, but that was a big dude.
Yeah, Utah.
Oh, that's some bad loot. That must have been here before the game.
As well.
Cause I know kids got purple and legendary.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Denver as well. I mean, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, in Oklahoma City.
No shooter. Oh! Still build back up. Want to build back up?
At the last of the season, that Milwaukee probably won't
Come
care
on,
about. So,
build back up.
There's some positive there, but that one's a hard one to lose.
Are you willing to kick in, let's say $200, and I'll kick in 200, and we send a giant box of copper tone or some other SPF 50 to the bubble?
Are you concerned that we're going to lose players in the playoffs?
Yes.
To severe sunburn?
Yes, sunburn.
I think they look pretty tan. Luka's face is a little bit burnt up. I was a little bit concerned about that.
I'm going to send a bucket hat and
they don't need bucket hats.
SPF 50 for these fishing trips, boys. They're also tan. Would you rub aloe,
Yes, I would.
freshly bent and cut aloe plant all over
Really,
the
there's no chance we're gonna win this. Like, seriously, if I could clutch play down a launch and land on the
Even the spots.
Rub me everywhere, including the non-sunburned areas. Thank you.
Even the spots that are not basketball related.
Did you like learning how to say equality in all the new languages?
I don't know how to say it.
Well, we had German, we had Latvian, and we had Slovenian, all right.
But I didn't try to say the word out loud.
I like that they're doing that. I certainly like all the messaging, like that's great. I was caught off guard, I guess, by the foreign language spelling, because I can just see Luka from a distance. I was like, shit, what is that?
Oh, I thought I could cut down my launch, bruh! Why are you shooting at us?
Him and on KP was...
Yeah, it's all equality.
X amount of approved messages they can shoot.
Party leader, unready up.
And equality's one, but then they can do it in their...
Unready.
So isn't that the same in
somewhat worldly person?
And GG's, bro. GG's, bro!
Full rain.